Hey everyone, it's Mari.
And Kenny.
And this is Wedding Wednesdays, our very first Wedding Wednesday. Wedding Wednesday is our way of letting you guys into our wedding planning process. We're getting married this year, finally, in November. So we're going through that whole process. There's a lot to do, a lot to go through, and we figured that we could join you guys in and share it with you all and discuss wedding planning stuff. For our first Wedding Wednesday, I asked you all to answer a few questions on my stories earlier this week. I did a bunch of wedding related polls, so let's get into it.
So first up, we asked indoor versus outdoor wedding.
And the winner by far was outdoor wedding. Our wedding is going to be outdoors completely, so we're on that same boat with you guys. Check mark on that one.
The next question that we asked was real flowers versus artificial flowers.
People voted for real flowers instead of artificial. I also prefer real flowers. I've researched this obviously for our own wedding, and looking at the artificial flower options, there just aren't any, in my opinion, that look real enough. So traditionally for a wedding, the groom is not supposed to see the bride until like the moment of the wedding. She's walking down the aisle, like that's it. But in recent years, it's become a really big trend for people to do a first look before the wedding, which is where the photographer, videographer, and the bride and groom all have a designated area where they meet. The groom is like facing away, and then the bride will come up and like tap him on the shoulder, and then he turns around and like gets to see her for the first time. It saves time. If you do a first look, you can get a good bunch of your shots ahead of time. You get it done before and you're not like sweaty and like all hair messed up, makeup messed up. First look won this poll.
And the bad luck part of it doesn't make much sense anyway, since half of marriages end in divorce anyways.
Probably because they did a first look. I am firmly in the bad luck category. I don't want to do a first look.
The next poll we took was kids invited versus adults only. I wasn't even gonna consider people's opinion on it. We were gonna go no kids right off the bat.
Your nephew, who's part of the wedding party, but he will literally be the only child at our wedding.
Yeah.
He can play with the dogs. The dogs will be there, so he'll be entertained.
Leave the kids behind if possible, but we understand if they can't, and then that means they can't come.
When the time comes and people start asking us like, oh, I got my invitation, like my kids weren't listed on it, can I bring them? You're gonna be the one to deal with that.
It's fine.
Deal?
The next poll was sweetheart table versus head table, which I have no idea what sweetheart table means.
So a sweetheart table is a table where it's just the couple. A head table is a variation of more people. It could be like your family sit with you, it could be your wedding party sits with you.
I kind of like that.
Like what?
The sweetheart table.
Oh, good. I'm surprised. I like the sweetheart table also. I think we should do that. Sweetheart table did win the poll.
The next question we asked was live band versus a DJ.
DJ won.
It's a huge price difference and doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a pretty small dance floor. Next question we asked was a buffet versus the plated dinner.
What do you think won for this one?
I'm gonna say, I feel like buffet is more popular now. I could be wrong.
He's wrong, at least according to the poll. And we had between 20 and 30,000 people like vote on these polls, by the way. And plated dinner won. The good thing about a buffet though is that there are usually a lot more options, so everyone gets to be specific with what they get on their plate, which is nice. But yeah, I'm team plated dinner. The next poll was change dresses or stay in the same wedding dress for the entire night, and change dresses won just by a tiny margin though. But I'm definitely in the change my dress category.
It was wedding cake versus dessert table.
I go back and forth on this one because obviously a wedding cake is traditional, like you save the topper, you freeze it, and then you have it on your first anniversary. Like I love that idea. And I love cake, I love all desserts, you know, I have a huge sweet tooth. But speaking of a huge sweet tooth, I also would love the idea of having just a huge spread with like cupcakes and Cinnabon and candy and like all kinds of stuff.
I like the dessert table. The wedding, I've never even had a piece of the cake. Like I feel like it just gets wasted.
Yes, that's another thing. Yes.
Just do a fake cake.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
For pictures, and then do like cupcakes or something.
I spend a lot of time on wedding planning Reddit these days, and a lot of people do like a foam or styrofoam cake. It's decorated, it has frosting, like it looks like a legitimate cake. and there's only like a small section that's real, and then the couple will cut that section. And then in the back, there's like sheet cake, and that just gets cut up, or cupcakes or something, and that gets passed out. I know that if we have cake, it will be eaten, whether it's by the guests or by me.
No.
Maybe we do both. Maybe we do like a smaller cake, and then on the same table have like a large table with like different little snacks and desserts and stuff. I would eat a whole molten cake though. I actually brought that up yesterday. What if we did molten cakes instead?
Well, I like that. Like if everybody got a molten cake from Chili's or something, like, I like that kind of stuff versus...
I'm gonna tag them.
I basically don't like any of the traditional stuff.
The final question was, do you guys want to see more of our wedding this or that or not? And everyone, for the most part, said yes. Send us what we should put up on our polls and see what everyone likes or dislikes. I've already got a couple new ideas that I will post up in the next coming weeks, so you guys can tell us this or that for our wedding planning edition. And yeah, that was that. So before we let you go, I collected some questions that you all submitted during my last question tag on Instagram, and these are all wedding related. So first question, did we choose a venue?
Yes.
Yes, we have a deposit down on our venue, so we have our date and location secured, and that is pretty much all we've done so far.
Yes. Will the wedding be televised? Will it be any press involved? Magazines, all that stuff. So
we don't know yet.
Also, frequently asked was how many Bachelor Nation alum will be in the wedding party.
Yeah.
For the first wedding, we're doing 2 best men and 2 maid of honors.
Yes.
And that's it. So we don't really have much of a party,
Yeah.
a bridal party.
A bridal
yet.
party. Does Mari have her dress? I have one of my dresses. I went and got it actually last year, and it's being made. It will be for the Chicago wedding. For my Puerto Rico dresses, I actually have a good friend, Anita, who owns a bridal shop in Wisconsin, and she has offered to custom make me a wedding dresses, because there will be multiple. And her tailors and designers are so talented, so I'm super excited. I'm planning a trip to go check out the store, try on some stuff, see what I like in February. So I will document that for you guys to see.
Do you and Kenny fight? Only about the wedding, that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
We only argue about the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even fight. It's like, I think lately the biggest point of contention between us has been like wedding planning details, mostly in terms of budgeting. That has been like the clashing a little bit on that, but we don't really fight. We don't have fights. If you communicate well enough, there's no need for things to become a fight, if that makes sense.
Where will the honeymoon be? I have no idea.
We don't know yet. We're actually gonna do a drawing the same way we did our vacation drawing. If you haven't watched that, you can go watch it in my reels, where we randomly chose places to go on vacation for the year. So we're gonna do the same thing for our honeymoon. We definitely have our list of where we'd like to go. I think both of our top choices probably Italy, so we'll see if it comes true. What songs remind you of each other the most?
The song from the prom at Paradise was the Foreigner song, I Want to Know What Love Is.
Yeah, that's gonna be our wedding song.
So that sort of became the song for us.
Have you already written your vows? No.
I'm just gonna vibe on it.
You're gonna make it up on the spot?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Either that or I'm gonna have Bradford,
Mike.
one of the producers, write it for me. Who's gonna marry us? Is it traditional or what I want to do?
What do you mean? What do you want to do?
I have been contacting Lil Jon,
Yes.
to be
I'm
our
down
officiant.
for that.
Lil Jon, I'm very serious. Please marry us in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We'll pay your airfare.
No, that would be really cool. I'm very down for that. But if it wasn't him, I have no idea who would do it.
It's either Lil Jon or we're not getting married.
Uh-oh. Lil Jon, it's on you then. Ball's in your court. So that's it. That's been our very first Wedding Wednesday. Thanks for watching. And we're super excited to be talking about our wedding planning process with you all. So let us know if there's anything specific that you want to see. You can submit more questions, more topics that you want us to talk about and discuss. And look out for more of the this or that polls. I'll try and do them weekly on my stories. And yeah.
That's it.